Guys, what's going on? Wally here. A little late tonight, but I wanted to get this video out. Now, I don't do trailer analysis, so don't expect that from me. And I apologize if that's something you look forward to. That's just not something I tend to practice. It's not really in my wheelhouse. I like to create content that I have a hand in making, so either with my own videos, and I feel like going over a trailer is just not something that I do personally. I'll leave it to the big boys and the other YouTubers that want to give you their opinion on the trailer. I thought the trailer was great, but it's not really what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about a certain thing with the exclusive content being shelled out for PlayStation. Now, I'm just going to give you my opinion on this. I'm not going to try to go too in depth. I've already recorded this voiceover once, and I didn't like it because I was pretty much really salty. And the last thing I want to do really is get crucified in chat and read PlayStation 4 is the master race. You should have bought a PlayStation, Wally. How could you have signed on with the inferior toaster? Where's your Connect? What now? Something like that, while these comments are being written with people rubbing their nipples, basically just enjoying the tears. And I'm going to be honest, I'm a little salty about it. I think it sucks. I understand why the business practice is there. It's a solid move on Sony's part, and even Bungie or Activision, if they have a deal with it, which I assume they do. Maybe they don't. Who knows? But I think it's a solid business practice. It makes sense. They want to cater to their demographic. They want to keep console loyalty. And it's fine. I think that from looking at it from a business side of it, I cannot disagree more with the practice, because if I was in Sony or Microsoft's shoes, I would attempt to do the same thing. It's all about attaining a certain demographic, and Destiny has a majority of its player base on PS4. Even though Destiny is arguably one of the most popular games on the Xbox currently, a majority of people probably still play on the PlayStation due to the fact that the PlayStation has simply sold more consoles than the Xbox. And this will probably always be the case, at least for this current console race. Now, I don't really buy into being a console fanboy. I own a PS4, an Xbox, and I mainly play on the PC. I honestly think PC gaming is better, and I think it's just more refined. You get a better experience, and there's just more customization. That's just me personally. I understand why the consoles exist, and I appreciate them greatly, and I probably will not stop playing them so as long as they exist. But I'm curious to know what you guys think about the exclusive side. I know that a good majority of PlayStation 4 will be like, hey, it's fine, we've already been getting this, or comments will be, you're not really missing much, Wally, which again is fine. My counter argument to that is that Destiny is already a content sparse experience, in my opinion. In terms of the grander MMOs out there, Destiny is pretty bland. There's not a lot to do with it. There's no crafting system. There's not a lot of depth in terms of PvP. Not a lot of depth in terms of any kind of customization, really. There is more now, and it's moving in that general direction, and I'm happy for that. I remain always hypercritical of the game that I love, because if we all sit there and just start suckling at the teats of Bungie and not staying critical about the pieces that we love, we may be doing a certain disservice to the entire community in general. Now, that's not to say Bungie hasn't done anything right. I think Taken King is going to be fantastic. I think House of Wolves was the best step they've taken in a great direction. However, I do not like the practice of exclusivity in terms of year-long content. Generally, exclusive content has been shelled out in a monthly portion. A year, though, is quite a long time. Now, we're coming up on the first year for at least some of the first content. And from what I understood back in the past is that this would maybe be the last time it was practiced, but that seems not to be the case. Now, from my personal opinion, I don't think Destiny shipped with enough content, and I think it has enough content now that if you were to try to get everything done on reset, you would struggle. Maybe not. I mean, I don't do all the content now anyway. I don't see a reason to do VOG or Crota. But if you were to do those things coupled with PoE and trials and all the other dailies and stuff like that, you would struggle probably to get that content done on all 3 characters. So Destiny's at a point now where on reset, it has enough content to fit in that week, which is good. It didn't launch like that originally, so I think that's fantastic, the state it's in. The problem with this exclusive content is that I am paying the same price that anyone from PS4 is paying, and they're getting more content than me. Now, I understand business practice, great. But the problem is, at this point, the PlayStation has gotten an exclusive DLC out of it. You have 3 strikes with Taken King, essentially, with Dark Below and the launch. You have 3 PvP maps. You have a couple extra armor sets. You have custom weapons at this point. And I wouldn't be surprised if they shipped with some kind of, hey, you're a PS4 customer, let me just shake your hand or anything like that. They also, primarily, all their events are done on the PlayStation. They've done a couple Xbox ones, but in reality, most of their events are shifted and more geared towards the PlayStation. Probably because they develop mainly on the PlayStation. They have probably PS4 and Xbox dev kits, but they probably spend more time playing on the PS4 side. Now, that's fine from a consumer standpoint, even from a developer standpoint. I want them to utilize whatever system is best suited for them so that they can come out with the best product. And if it's the PlayStation, great. That's fine for me. I'm good with that. But what I will not do is I will not level an entire character to 34 or an entire set of characters to 34 or 36 or whatever the new level cap is, just so I can experience that content. From a YouTuber standpoint, it's incredibly frustrating because essentially, if I'm competing technically with other YouTubers, I don't have that ability to put up that same content because they have content that I simply don't have access to for a full year. And in terms of marketing or anything like that, covering a game or a portion of a game a year late is doing nothing for yourself. It's not doing anything for your channel. And generally, after that period, that type of content has already been swept under a rug. So from a business practice for myself, if I was to treat YouTube as a business, and I don't, just looking at it from another point of view, it sucks. It's unfair and it's unethical, in my opinion. I understand why Sony, Bungie, and Activision may be doing it, but I am curious to know what you guys think. They are justified. It is their game, and I'm not going to say down with Bungie and bring the pitchforks or lead a revolution. I love this game greatly. They could honestly continue to do this, and I probably still will shell out the money because I just love this game. I love the community that we have, and I love being a part of it. But as always, I am very curious to know what you guys think. Is the exclusivity okay? And if it is, why or why not? If it isn't, why or why not? The last thing I want, though, is a console war in the YouTube section. Probably will happen anyway. There's always the fanaticism with fanboys, and that's fine. If you are a fanboy, great. Don't care personally, but if that's what you subscribe to personally in your life, fantastic. I am curious, though. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys are enjoying E3 so far. Nintendo's press conference is today, along with some more information of Bungie. I'll probably do an entire E3 recap video, just some games that I'm excited for. Probably you're going to see some of those games on this channel in the future, mainly Division, Battlefront, and maybe No Man's Sky. I do have that PlayStation for a reason. So let me know. I love you guys very much, and I hope to hear from you guys very soon.